Welcome to another episode of
The
Gathering
Gathering Place
Podcast, where I am your host, Joe Seaman, a real estate agent in Augusta, Georgia, Aiken in North Augusta, South Carolina, and lots of other areas.
Yes.
And this is my bride, my lovely co-host, Ms. Hope. We call her the Jill of all trades and chaos coordinator, which she handles both of them like a champ.
Oh my gosh.
So we're talking all things TikTok
We
today.
are.
Do you think TikTok is going to get banned in America?
I don't know. But I'm going to tell you, if it does, I'm gonna find a different way to get a hold of it.
I don't think it is.
Look here. You don't think it is?
I don't think they can do that.
So we're going to have a debate here today. But anyway, so let me tell you, first of all, before y'all say anything, first thing people are going to say, I love TikTok, or oh my gosh,
I love TikTok.
I love TikTok.
I love TikTok.
Or people are going to be like, well, that's China spying on you. Well, look here, I'm going to say this first and foremost out the gate. If y'all worried about China spying on us, y'all need to worry about these phones that we have in our hands that are made over there. That's
But what
a
are
whole
they spying
different.
on us for?
I don't know.
What
And they
wanna
might
know?
be. They might
What
be.
do they want to
Who
know?
knows? I don't care. I clearly don't care. We have a Chinese son, like an exchange student, international student that's been with us since he was 14.
But
So
what does China
we
want to know
don't
about
care.
us?
I don't
that
know. I'm not
you-
saying-
you can't already figure out.
I don't know.
That was my thing.
I don't know. They may or may not. Who knows?
So I had a client one time
Yes.
see me on TikTok.
Oh, that was
and
funny.
or I think I posted my TikTok on Facebook, and that's where he saw me.
Yes.
And he was like, "You text me and said, you know, China's spying on you." And I was like,
This was so
"Dude."
funny. I was
said,
like, dude, they've already been spying.
China's been spying on me for a long time. I've got a Chinese kid that's been with me since the 9th grade.
Yes.
And so he was like, "Oh," and I'm like, "By the way, they're spying on you too."
With the phone, you just text
I'm like,
us all.
it doesn't like.
So-
what are you doing that?
Yeah.
What are you doing on the day to day that you can't have somebody spying on you?
I'm not doing anything.
You
That's
know?
the thing.
I
I don't. Okay. And whatever.
They probably look at one clip of my life and be like, "Next,
Boring.
Yeah.
Boring. Move on. This person, So anyway, goes back to TikTok, and if they take it or whatever, I haven't. Here's my thoughts, and this may be, maybe you agree or maybe you don't. I think we learn a lot of stuff on TikTok.
I just
lot
learned, like,
of
seriously,
stuff.
if you've got like a one-piece acrylic tub in your house, like the
Yeah.
tubs that
Yeah.
90% of homes have, like they get dirty and dingy.
Yeah.
And you can clean and clean and clean and clean, and that dirt and stuff, y'all know I like for things to be like super clean.
Yes, we know.
So y'all were out of town, and I was cleaning the boys' tubs, and all right, I got teenage boys. Imagine how dirty their tubs are, like
Yeah.
nasty. They're dirty.
And
Like
they're the
bottoms-
babies of the family, so I threw my hands up a long
Yeah,
time
I mean,
ago.
we built our house 20 years ago, so these tubs
Yeah.
are 20 years old. These things are so dirty and dingy, especially on the bottom where they've got that kind of
Yeah,
no
yes.
slip
Yeah.
stuff on it. So cleaned them, didn't come clean one night while you were out of town. That night, I'm like looking up on TikTok, not Google. I look it up on TikTok.
for those
How to
videos.
make your tub white was the literal thing that I put in there. Come up with the solution. You can get it at Lowe's, by the way. Come up with the solution. Went to Lowe's that next day. Went back home, cleaned those tubs, and they are just as good as new.
So listen, that would have been very helpful because remember when we first built our house,
Mm-hmm.
it's Kessler's bathroom and now it was Keaton's bathroom, but there was like construction debris or whatever that had fallen into from the get-go.
Well, we didn't have TikTok back then to show
That
us how to do
tub,
that. So
But I'm just saying from the get-go, so when we put the tub in the little boy's bathroom, I was like insistent that we get this certain kind of tub that wouldn't, whatever, it still is, whatever. I'm glad you found a solution.
but I go to TikTok for recipes. I don't Google recipes anymore.
No.
I sent you a salad recipe last night. I'm
Oh, I
like,
hadn't
I go
looked at it
to
yet.
TikTok for
Everything.
that I want to learn now. Because what I like about it is Google, you're probably going to get like 25 of basically the same thing, to where TikTok, you got 25 different people doing whatever you're looking for 25 different ways.
Yes. And then
And-
you have ways to figure it out.
Yeah, you just go whatever matches with what you want to do.
Okay, literally last night. So I'm getting spider veins in my legs, and it's been kind of bothering me. It's been a couple of years, and I'm like, "Ugh, I don't like those." So I was like, all right, there's got to be a way to get rid of these because they keep coming up. So I Googled all kinds of things last night.
Design
So
ideas.
yeah, well, let me tell my story.
Oh, I thought you were done right
I
there.
wasn't done. I wasn't done. So I found different ways, things you can eat, ways that you can stretch and exercise, and light therapies that I actually already had in my closet that was just sitting there collecting dust that I could use. And last night I started that process with the blue light therapy. And between that and this morning, it was a big difference. Like, I'm not saying there's gone, but regardless, I would have never known that. I have Googled that on Google for like the last week, and I keep finding go inject them with dye. I'm just like, okay.
I kept telling you, you don't want to
kept
put that
saying
stuff in there.
And so, long story short, I learned it on TikTok. So if TikTok gets banned, I'm going to find a way to get it. There's no way. Bill taught us about different VPNs. I'll figure it out because it's just that it's valuable to us, and as far as learning and things like that. Some people will go, oh my gosh, it's terrible, and you're right. But I'm gonna tell you what's on my TikTok feed: cleaning tips, high protein recipes, and horses. That's what's on my TikTok
Oh
feed.
my word.
It's rather boring, but to you,
You're down this horse talk. that
I
is
love it. I love it. My favorite TikToker is Katie Van Slyke, and literally, I already knew a lot about horses, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm 100% pro. If I needed to go during foaling season, I can tell you all about it. But anyway, so people are just that. All right, I didn't tell you my theory as to why they want to take TikTok from us. I think it's because we learn more on it than we do the other servers. So I don't necessarily think it's about whether or not they're spying on us, because again, it was on our phones. Like, hello. I think it is because they can't control the content that is seen on it, and that might get us in trouble. But that's just my opinion on it. So I think it's a tool that can be used in a positive way if you choose to use it in a positive way. So it's just
when it spreads so much information, I would say a lot quicker than Facebook and Instagram put together.
How many times do you Google something, a product, and what are the first page of ads? Where is it from?
Oh, sponsored.
Okay, but what companies? If you want to buy a product,
I don't know.
Where does it tell you to buy it?
I don't know.
Amazon,
Oh,
Walmart. These are the
They're all
search
sponsored
engines.
ads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazon, Walmart, and like it doesn't take you to these mom and pop situations anymore, or these small businesses anymore. It doesn't do
Takes
that.
to the TikTok shop.
No,
So-
no, it doesn't even on
I'm
Google
kidding.
take you there. But if you do research those products on TikTok, you have a better chance of reaching someone who genuinely has a small business that you can help. Because Google and all the rest of them are totally surrendered to bigger companies. And I mean, I get it for them, but I still want that small business atmosphere if I can help it. Because I mean, we both had small business before. We know how important that is. But you'd be ridiculous to think that you could just operate small business and not have an e-commerce site anymore, right? So I feel like TikTok gives you the chance to see those people more.
Have you bought anything off TikTok shop?
I did.
Tell us about it.
Your Christmases came off of that.
Really?
Your video that you haven't put up together yet, your video picture frame, that came off TikTok shop. I bought some chamoy pickle kits for the boys, although we haven't done them yet, but I bought those off of there. And the other day, they ran a sale. Joe loves to watch people eat.
Why? I don't know.
First of all, I
Why?
don't understand
Because I
this.
hate people live eating.
He doesn't like smacking. He doesn't like noises. He doesn't like any of that. But he
Ugh.
just like has this thing like with this seafood boil. the seasonings. So I did. I went ahead and bought. They had a sale, so I bought some for us to try. You want to try
I
that
know,
egg
but I told
bowl.
you I had the recipe.
You have the
But
recipe, but you ain't gonna make it.
I get caught down this seafood where they dip the seafood. And also, Tamika from Houston, if you're listening, you're probably not. Like, I love your videos because I could just sit there and watch her eat. She goes to different restaurants like we
Like
do on,
she
Tasty
enjoys her
Tuesday.
food.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. It's like, but she hates smacking
But I
noises.
hate that noise. But for some reason, I could watch it on TikTok. But
And you get hungry.
We're getting way down a rabbit trail.
Way down a rabbit trail. Bottom line is, we will find a way to keep TikTok.
I think they're going to have a very hard time banning TikTok, just because of the hundreds of millions of people that are on TikTok.
Yeah.
But I think until you said it today, I don't think I actually realized as to why they were trying to ban TikTok. But I think you hit the nail on the head, is because the U.S. government and the big corporations can't control it. And so I think that is a big reason, because you can put a message out on TikTok, and if it captivates someone's attention, they can share it. And so by the end of the day, I've seen these people with 13 million views or whatever, 5 million comments, and it might be against what normal society is saying
what we're
is
getting
okay.
on the other social media platforms.
Yeah, and so I can see them trying to ban it.
They have
that way.
guidelines. I mean, they do. They have guidelines, but
people are making all kind of crazy money on TikTok too. Have y'all seen that?
that's insane.
Like,
absolutely insane.
One, and this is no disrespect, but just one middle-aged
Just a creator,
very, very plain Jane. No one that you would think would have a huge following, like just a run-of-the-mill person. Nothing. And she even says,
just your average Joe.
She even says on there,
or Jane.
I'm nobody,
average Jane.
I'm nobody special. But she posted on her TikTok that she was making more in a month just promoting products for TikTok shop than she made for an entire year at her previous job.
That's insane.
Crazy.
I'm about to start ordering from the TikTok shop
There's
more.
so many people doing that. That it is an insane thing. I just can't even wrap my head around it. This one of them that captivated, because we're looking at bed sheets for our rental. So I'm on Sheet Talk.
Are you?
By the way,
That's a thing.
there's a thing as Sheet Talk. So
Don't talk about me and my horse talk anymore.
Our favorite sheets are on TikTok Shop for $39.
What?
That we paid $100 for. But so this lady was promoting these bed sheets, these bamboo bed sheets on TikTok for $39. She posted up that she had already sold 8,000 sets of these sheets on TikTok Shop. So just think, if you just made $1 off of each one, that's $8,000. And all she did was say, oh my God, I laid on these cooling sheets and I never got hot.
I'm going to tell you,
That's
bamboo
it.
sheets is a whole nother podcast,
I'm
especially
like-
for women as we, start going through different seasons of life. Those bamboo sheets are good.
TikTok Shop and TikTok, period, is just, it blows my mind. But so it's education. It's also fun.
It's entertainment.
It's entertainment, total entertainment.
It's a way to connect.
There's so many times that we'll be on TikTok at night, laying in the bed, totally dark, and we'll just start, like, I can feel the bed start shaking because Hope's laughing, or vice versa. I'm sitting
we
there
love
laughing,
it.
and then we look at each other and then show each other, and then it's either funny to the other one or it's not funny to the other one. But anyways,
or we start laughing because the other one's laughing so hard.
yeah. But then you painted our whole bathroom at the beach based off of TikTok.
Of a TikTok video.
You see all these places all around the world that
TikTok makes me think I can do everything.
Yes, but just vacation spots
Yes.
or how they live in Dubai. is just so
things that you're not going to
intriguing.
see. And yes, there's other social media platforms, but again, I just want like a little snippet. I don't want like this big long thing, and it's just easy. So if it happens,
And then the lady who wrote the 30, 40, 50 part book, all on TikTok. Did y'all hear about her?
You mean the woman that got like
Catfished, basically.
kind of
Bamboozled.
Bamboozled.
Yeah.
Her.
Did you hear about her? She did a 50-part
Oh,
series,
I
whatever.
couldn't
I'm
even
probably
catch
saying
up,
it wrong.
but
50-part series on.
it was something.
And people were so captivated
Yes.
by her story.
Yes.
They watched every single one that she put out.
Everyone. I
So-
didn't because it was too many.
It's it's so intriguing the way TikTok works.
But I can tell you about Folan season because I watch every one of those.
And then, as simple as something as little old Joe, regular old Joe, throws a house video up and it's got 5 million views and 100,000
Yeah,
comments.
he is
and
too much for us these days. Like the rest
Yeah,
of us
I
with our
mean-
little social media. I thought I was doing good. I've gotten a few accolades over the years, and so of social media things. But Joe's done got several of them, so he's in the millions now. He's too cool for me. Anyway, that's it. I'm just kidding. So that's our thoughts. If TikTok goes away, we're
So
gonna
if
find a
TikTok
way to
goes
get
away,
it. I'm gonna find. Bill
what are
will
we
taught
gonna
me how to do
do?
a VPN.
What are we
He'll
going to
teach-
do if TikTok goes away?
No, Bill will teach us. He already taught me how
What's
to go
y'all's
to different
opinion
VPN.
if TikTok goes away?
I don't really understand what VPN is, but I'll figure it out because I'm gonna keep TikTok.
Yeah, it's all like an off internet service.
I don't know.
So it doesn't go through the main server.
Yeah.
It's an off service,
So-
internet service. But all right, so if TikTok goes away, what are we going to do? How are we going to cook? How are we going to?
There is a woman right. I know we got to go. There's a woman right now that's getting thousands of views a day by being mad because she's got to cook every day.
Mm-hmm.
She's
She's mad at her kids.
she gets up in the morning, throws things in that crock pot, and has this eat dirt look on her face, and I'm like, I feel like that all the time. I mean, I don't mind cooking, but at the same time, still, I'm like, what? And she is getting thousands of views off of that, and I keep watching her because it's entertaining, and her outfits are cute. So there's that.
But TikTok is also dangerous.
Oh my gosh, it can be. Everything in life can be dangerous. 100%.
It can be dangerous because you can
get sucked into.
you can just get on TikTok and then look up and it's 3 hours later.
Yeah, it's kind of
Like, seriously, I'm not even kidding. I'm guilty myself. And so it's dangerous.
I'll get on there and it'll say Keaton's on there, and I'm like, what?
And then, I mean, there's like a dark side to TikTok. And
there's
you have to be
yes.
very careful as to
Yes.
where you go with it because
100%.
it fills your feed with whatever you're looking up.
So I clear my cache out a good bit because sometimes sometimes people will send me things and they might have a different sense of humor than I do. So then I'll go in and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'll go clear my cache out. So then it kind of like resets it and goes back to horse talk, which is where I want to be. So there's that.
Yeah. So gotta be very. So I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do if TikTok goes away.
It's
I
not
don't think
go
it's
away.
gonna go
We're
away.
going to find a way. We're going to go to
but-
Clapper. That's a scary place. I did that one time, the first time they talked about TikTok banning, and I created a Clapper
I did
account.
too, but I don't know
That
about
was
Clapper.
just, it's so scary. I don't like that one at all. And it is U.S. owned. So why in the world would we want to move from a good one to a scary one? I don't know.
Are you on Twitter?
I have a Twitter, but
Are
I
you on
don't
Twitter?
use it. Drew,
No?
you're not on Twitter?
I'm not on Twitter.
I don't want to be on
either.
Twitter either. That's just worse. But we got to go. We've got to continue this conversation.
Oh, X. I'm sorry. See, I don't even have an X. So I don't even have an X.
Apparently, I don't have Twitter.
So there
Apparently,
you go.
this
there
is
you
next.
go. I don't even.
Apparently, I thought Drew was saying cut it off.
So-
He probably is, but who
Interesting.
knows?
Social media is a tricky thing.
It is.
Anyways, you never know. All right, so in all honesty, are you on, like when you post, what do you post for?
To share my thoughts at the moment, how I feel about a situation. I've thought about that. I've asked myself that same question a lot. Sometimes it's because, well, it is actually to share the emotion that I'm in. That's why you do it. Because I can be super happy about a moment, and then I can just be like totally ticked off like I am with this whole true crime situation in the upstate right now. Like it totally, yes. But then there's moments in my life that I'm super happy that I don't want to share. So
Do you think, how do you feel about this? Why do you think most people post?
attention.
Attention.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think most people post hoping for that one thing that goes viral
Oh, absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
gives them the credibility that they're chasing?
Absolutely.
Okay. Limelight chasers.
Yes. My favorite phrase.
Yeah.
I think we probably need to carry this into another podcast.
Okay.
I know. I'm sorry. We've gone over our time limit for today.
Hope is such a rule follower.
Drew has already given me the X, the hat,
She's
all the
such a
things.
rule follower that I'm just like, let's just roll. And Hope is like you can't even talk because Drew has given us the countdown signal.
Yeah, but it's okay because I think that this is an important topic and I think we need a whole more time to talk about it.
Okay.
That's my real
We'll talk
reason
about
for
this
doing it.
on another episode. I don't know if it'll be the next, but we'll talk about this
be the next.
on the next episode of the Gathering Place
This podcast.
podcast. Thank y'all for joining, and we'll catch y'all next week.